block cleaned. Got the new cam bearings installed, the right set this time. Everything's cleaned up, and I'll bring you back when we start doing some other stuff. Cams installed, all new cam bearings. What I have sitting down in here is ACL race bearings. They're coated. Everything's been cleaned up. I've already had the crank in one time, torqued everything, checked the specs. They came in around 2/1000ths clearance on the main bearing, so that's pretty good. Show you the crank over here. Crank I just got back from the race shop or engine shop, and it was balanced to my rod and piston combination, and they polished up the journals. So got the main caps over here. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Everything's been cleaned. The bearing's been installed. Yeah, I know it doesn't look good, but there is a bearing in there. So I'm gonna get right to it. Not waste your time, and I'll get this greased up. We're gonna use some of this Lubriplate number 105 grease. Coat these bearings real good. Lay the crank down in, put the main caps on, and then I'll bring you back and I'll show you how to torque them. This is real easy. Alright, right back. Alright, got the crank in, got the caps all in. Notice here, this being number 1 cap, all the tangs go towards the back of the engine except for the 5th one, which goes back towards the front of the engine. So get your bolts all in, snug them up just loosely, make sure the caps are set, and then we're going to start here in the middle, and we're going to take all of these to 15 foot-pounds. So we'll do that here, all through the middle on the middle bolts, and then we'll go to 80 degrees. So 15 foot-pounds, that's 1/5, then 80 degrees. Then we're going to come back, tighten all these outer ones here that hold your windage tray, 15 foot-pounds all the way through, and then 51 degrees. So that's 1/5 foot-pounds and 51 degrees. So let me get this set up and I'll bring you back. Alright, again, so start in the middle, 15 foot-pounds all the way across. Start in the middle, work in a pattern like that, go front, rear, 15 foot-pounds, then 80 degrees. Then come back, tighten the outer ones, 15 foot-pounds, and then 51 degrees. Do it the same way. Start in the middle and work yourself out. That's all there is to it. The side bolts here, put some thread sealant on them and torque them down to 18 foot-pounds. So that's these small bolts here. Put a little thread sealer on them before you put them in. Shove them in. Tighten them down to 18 foot-pounds. That's it to the bottom end as far as the crank goes. All right. We switched this from a stock 6098 rod with a 943 pin and a stock compression or pin height compression piston to an aftermarket Molly piston with a 927 pin and a 6.125 inch rod. So these were made, these are a 12cc domed piston, and these with a 0 deck were supposed to work with a factory set of LS3 heads without having to worry about clearance in them up to about a 640 lift. Anything higher than that, you probably have to clearance it. So as you see here with these shiny spots, this is where we clayed it, torqued the head down, and it was rubbing the combustion chamber here on these edges of these domes. Back on these, you can see we kind of massage that edge right there on that dome on all of them. Pretty darn close on all of them. So we don't have any clearance, piston to cylinder head clearance issues. Valves, we have plenty of clearance on the valves. So I'm going to start getting this put together, but you can do this at home with yourself and use a die grinder and some sandpaper, 1000 grit or whatever, and you know, smooth them out. Don't leave any divots or anything in them. You get hot spots. So, yep, there it is. So, bring you back when we start putting this together.